took me a minute, but I got the mic working. Turns out that when you don't plug it in, it does not start doing audio. That's to be expected, I suppose. I am playing with a overlay that I decided to throw together. I am trying to get the live chat to work. Okay, I think there's something wrong with my CSS. So I'll probably just remove it for now. There we go. So we'll be vanilla for now. I'll fix the CSS later. But my live chats now actually show up on screen, which is kind of cool. And as you can see, I added some gribbly details and such. Trying to set up my screen so that I can do all of the management stuff while also I need to figure out. I can't actually get to the page back end for the Shush Kitty. Shush Kitty. I can go to the video, but I can't actually go to like the back end part. There we go. Alright. Well, no sense standing on ceremony. We're going to dive back into it. Alright. We're going to fight the Chaos Spawn, but this time we're going to play it smart and try to take out these doofuses.
Let's see.
So, take out the doofus squad. So that they can't be used for free heals from the big monster. Alright. Doing good. Argenta.
God Emperor, move through me.
Same
Be
deal.
the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Run and gun it.
For the weak.
And pop another bolt round
Faith
in
without
that
deep.
goober. Who knew?
Too bad. I'm still standing.
Ooh, that's not good. Okay. So charge in here.
I I will do my duty.
Hit him. Primarily just drawing aggro here.
It will be done.
Dira.
Will do.
No, that guy. She's so good.
Anything else?
Do a little forewarning
But
on
of course.
my rogue trader. That was rough.
Such is the will of chaos. I am your doom.
All right. Gonna back off a little.
Shatter foes in my wake.
And,
I'm powerless to act.
yeah. Give Adira a chance to do some good. About another Psychic Shriek? No? Too far away? Well, at least we can get him to
Anything
nuke
else?
one of them.
You could do worse, but not by much.
Schemes within schemes.
Alright. Sister Argenta does not want to be up close and personal with this monster. So she's
I
going to run
will
over
bathe
here.
this battlefield in righteous fury.
That was rough. And let's see.
As the Emperor commands, eradicated.
Boom. Done with that dude.
My passions have failed me.
How did he hit her again? Goodness gracious. Can he charge that dude? No, not quite.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Victory is imminent. Reduced to dust.
Alright.
Forth on Valencius. My place is at the front.
Back.
A tactically sound approach.
Abelard does work.
Indeed. That's not the Seneschal's job.
Was that you? Or
There is infection, I'll tell you what. Alright.
Let's see.
Put a shotgun round in that dude.
What? Huh. No! A wicked thought.
thing is.
Oops. Should have attacked there. Doesn't think we had action points. Alright.
I'm not injured. I'm enraged.
Let's come over here and
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
use the old med pack on the person who needs it.
Be strong. Greater trials lie ahead.
Oh,
Thanks. Your efforts are noted. That is not the Emperor's
can't do
will.
it twice. Huh.
I'll do it.
She can at least do some damage.
So that's what that feeling was about.
Did worry she was going to go down after that. Alright.
At your beck and call. I'm not interested. I'd rather not. It will be done.
Abelard. He can
Stop mocking
survive this.
me.
It will help.
On it. Will do.
Some damage there. Veil is getting very thin. Alright, let's give a deer some more wax at him.
Was that you? Or
And
Unpredictable downfall.
boom, 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 boom. I knew it. Just need another crack at it. Gotta find the helmsman. We all get a level. Alright. Choose a characteristic to boost. Fellowship, willpower, ballistic skill, toughness, weapon skill, perception. Plus 4. I feel like 5 points in toughness wouldn't go remiss right now. Or wouldn't go missed right now. What is her fellowship? Fellowship of 40, willpower 35. Fresh start. 50% bonus to dodging. It's the first attack of opportunity every round. That's pretty nice. Helping Hand. If a high rolled character starts their turn adjacent to an ally, that high rolled character gains +2 movement points. I like that a lot. Alright, what about Abby? Choose a talent. Whenever an enemy attacks the warrior, the next melee attack deals an extra +5 damage. Cautious disengage. Yeah, I think that's a good one because he does a lot of withdrawing and charging. And characteristic. Yeah, it's got to be toughness for Abelard. Lean into your strength, buddy. Alright. So willpower, how she casts. I feel like perceptions. Natural luck. Really effective. Allies are really effective. At least one power. Gain additional 7% armor penetration. That's kind of nice. Edge of Fate. Ooh, I like that. Enemies that have failed a willpower test against any of the Psyker's psychic powers will suffer an additional 6 direct damage every time they suffer mental damage. I think Aftershock is my favorite right now. Mind Thief. And boost intelligence and perception. Whenever the Psyker kills an enemy with a psychic power dealing more damage than the target's wounds, excess damage will be dealt to the enemy's closest to the target. That's funny. I might go with that one. Yeah, I think Visions of Doom is going to have to do it. And Sister Argenta. Gotta up that ballistic skill. Let's see. Heavy weapon proficiency. Requires level 5. Is she level 5? Boom, I guess she is. Alright. Let's do this. Gotta find the helmsman.
The air is dead. Rival, Master Helmsman, systems status report.
By the Emperor, it's the Seneschal, living and breathing. Oh, well, there's a tricky question. The old place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long.
Alright, well, we need to re-establish contact with the Sanctum because we gotta get out of the warp. The words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Abelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. I'm assuming by cuff he means deck.
Restore the Vox channel to the
narrator
Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. You may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House von Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence.
Begin the ritual, baby. I know what that means. I gotta sit on this dank chair. The image before you is hazy, swaying in sorcerous currents invisible to mortal eyes, as if whatever is beneath this thin shell is constantly changing while still remaining the same. It is taken on the guise of Theodora, but the false rogue trader's eyes reveal the entity's true surreal nature. One of Theodora's eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire, the other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. A voice seeps directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears, and this voice booms with all the horrors of the warp.
Did you stand in the path of another's destiny only to steal it? You accepted the call of the primordial truth and claimed that fate as your own. So be it. I wove the threads of destiny and held out my hand to you when the flame arose in your path. You took it, and in doing so, sealed your fate. In the future, you will repay me for this boon in full.
No good. You are to blame for Theodora's death?
I am the beginning and the end and all that courses in between. I am the voice of the truth that is destined to triumph. For this triumph is the terminal point of every twisted maze of fate.
Understand. Okay. Right.
The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, a relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet, you broke the unbreakable when you took the aspirant's place. I see you. On the day when the final dawn rises over the Iron World, I see you by my side on that day. The day of my resurrection.
Yada yada
Your
yada.
image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you find the keys to salvation. The thread that will guide you and the weapon of our return to me.
Alright.
The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine.
Here's the
Seneschal,
thing.
the navigator's
Really
sectum is
enjoying
silent.
it.
The Vox signal is stable, which means...
The navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honor his memory, along with that of all who died this day.
Pour one out for the navigator.
Seneschal, we could tell us now. Who is that? Where's the Lord Captain?
As First Officer, it is my duty to inform you with the greatest regret and indelible sorrow that Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius is dead. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. By right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision,
Yep.
It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora von Valancius is her heir, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade, and the title of Rogue Trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady. It is because of her toils that we all still live.
Start,
The deed is done,
start hailing.
mistress.
My apologies. I meant to say Lord Captain.
Alright. That sounds right.
The treachery of the Master of Whispers was fruitless, but victory came at a great cost. Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius perished along with her heir, Edelthrad, and thousands of crew members.
Conveniently, I was a
Yet
bit.
hope remained. For the second in line to the rogue trader dynasty survived. At the cost of many sacrifices made by the Lord Captain in the name of her own ambitions.
Excuse me. My ambitions are the sole purpose of the Von Valancius dynasty now. Let's not get cheeky, history servitor. I like that chair. Alright. Cargo management. Well then, your ladyship. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be the first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfilled entirely, and now the deck clans are deciding who will take over in the leaderless crews. Have you succeeded in tracking down Voidavir? No, Lord Captain. In all the commotion, his trail went cold. The people are still on the hunt for him, and any mutineers who may still be skulking in the ship's many corridors. But frankly, I'd not be surprised to hear that we are now one shuttle short. I'm afraid that it will be some time before he answers for all he has wrought. I'm ready to start the briefing. Let's do this. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you. The expressions reveal restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Oop. I accidentally clicked through. He calls for Vigis Suri Atta of the Toilman line, our new Voxmaster. It's an honor to serve your ladyship. Aboard this vessel you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communication between you and them, as well as external sources. I am your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, the master helmsman. He steers our ship along the course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good a home as good as home as the ship's as good as home to me. So rest assured, she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come to any grief. Yes. And lastly, our High Factorum, Janris Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. And he's kind of a sleazy dude. It's an honor, your ladyship. You may trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the three officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard. The Infernus Master, whose crew worked to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Drives Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The three officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. The Drives Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the Tex Priest's mechadendrites. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. I wish to hear the Infernus Master's report. Yes, all the fires on the decks have been extinguished, and in terms of material losses and crew casualties, the assessment's been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal. Alright, and now the High Factorum. We're toiling day and night to compile a full account of the losses. The task will require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I'll personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention, and that all lost supplies are replaced. There's only one resource that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately the number is not confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also includes trained professionals. We will be able to make up our losses on the nearest planet, Rykad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader Dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the Rogue Trader. Especially true given Caglios Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later, and the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors of his planets. Alright, Drives Master, hit me with the damage. Lord Captain, the foes that set upon this noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnissiah, but its spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger. With great sorrow, I must also report that the Engine Seer Prime, Overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one among my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement as soon as possible. Would someone care to translate the nerds talking? The ship's most senior tech priest, most senior both in rank and experience, is dead. If we do not find a replacement, we will be unable to resolve our problems with the warp engine. Alright, helmsman, tell me what's up. Alright, right you are, Lord Captain. To cut to the long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without an Engine Seer Prime and a navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces, or all of us melting into the bulkheads. Okay. That doesn't sound so good. Your ladyship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted a count of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobilite station. The station maintains a complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in the very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor. A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull, as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it's not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation into real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. The thread that will help you to find the keys to salvation. Poetic. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands, or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round this system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Prometheum supplies last. And if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told, but just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? The ship's in ruins. Every second officer's dead, and now we got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to the void knows where. Enforcers, seize this mutineer. Boom. I didn't even have to ask. That's what I was gonna do, but I didn't have to ask. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, that's not bad at all, your ladyship. I do humbly apologize on behalf of the entire crew. What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say, beside find a replacement. That is, we already have one lined up. Iconoclast, stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after the terrible attack. Execute him, or experienced Master of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason he remain in post. I leave his punishment at your discretion, Abelard. There we go. 20 lashes a month for the next half cycle, deprivation of officers' rations, and privileges for the same period, with the option to extend. Record that in his file. There we go. That's a nice balance. Cease your sniveling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. He's going to be both regretting and thankful that that I stood up to the executioner's blade for him. He's just going to have to get whipped extensively. This is the cost of crossing me. To summarize, we've sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new engine steer prime and navigator. Is this all that is preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind this will not be the end of our trials. The ship's systems must be properly inspected for major damage, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. Alright, what can you tell me about the system? I cede to the Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Ptolemy? Oh, I did not realize that Ptolemy was a lady. Voxmaster Vigis. We are in the Rykad star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your ladyship's predecessor. There are three inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobilite station has not simply failed to answer, it seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system, and Rykad Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what's most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet. Oh, that's good. The situation is not very encouraging, but without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members, we won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet and the Navis Nobilite station and find out what the void is going on. Alright, y'all are dismissed. My first meeting, I didn't even kill anybody. Your ladyship, there's one other thing, a confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora, your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the hand of the Emperor, chief architect of his will in the Koronus Expanse. I came across a strange handwritten letter on Theodora's desk. It was signed XC. You're referring to the content of that note, I presume? Yes, quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar. Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs van Kallax. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in the system, and that we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibunda system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Rykad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it's a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valencia's protectorate. Abelard gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he is about to offer some words of encouragement. Idira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves. The Psyker is suffering some ailment or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that it would be unwise to leave her unsupervised. Was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Speak to me when you have time, rogue trader. Idira's glazed eyes rove over those assembled. One word bursts from her lips. Daybreak! Idira, get it together. Damn it! Idira presses her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your ladyship! Here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future, and it hit me so hard my head is still spinning. Something very strange is heading our way, and I can't make out what it is, no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn. And it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell. But if it's daybreak, then why is it so dark? We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Talas? No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense anything, I'll report it, all right? Lord Captain, if you want me to take a closer look into your future, find me on the bridge and we can talk. Lady Theodora was well served by my whispers on many occasions, and I'm sure you would benefit from them as well. The Psyker's bitten lips stretch into a wry smile. If there's nothing else of value to report, I declare this briefing concluded. It's time to get to work. Whew. All right. That wasn't nothing. High Factorum shows up. Lord Captain, if I may steal just one more moment of your time, the matter is rather delicate as it concerns trophies that were left after the battles in the station. One trophy in particular, I should say. I retrieved a blade fragment from one of the bodies on the bridge. A curious article. I saw that he needed to keep it safe in case it should be of interest to you. As he says this, the Factorum's gaze slides away from yours and he looks off somewhere over your shoulder. Iconoclast, you should keep it for now. As soon as we locate this acolyte of the Inquisition, you will hand the blade over to him. Yeah, let's go with that. A spike of pain pierces your skull. The entity inside you howls and rages, promising you 1,000,000 torments of miseries for this treachery. Yeah, I don't like doing what I'm told. So, just because this warp entity thinks that it's gotten my buy-in does not mean that I'm going to toe the line there. Just being realistic. He gives a start and briskly makes a note on his data slate. Of course, your ladyship. Yes. Good. Well. Here we are. On the bridge of our ship. Looking a little bit rough. And I think this is where I'm going to end for tonight. I've gotten far enough in. I got through the fight that I wanted to finish yesterday and through all the talky bits. So tomorrow will be our first real adventure. But I do think I'll go. I'm going to choose which place we're going to go to first. I'm going to say... well, let's check out and scan Rycat Majoris. I don't think this one's inhabited. Yeah, no resources, just some XP. This is the prison planetoid. This one is the... So let's go to Astropathic Station. See what's going on around there. The choir master, Zachary Weiss, is asking to speak to you via private channel. Greetings, your ladyship. I can report that the choir is listening tirelessly to the Immaterium in the hope of picking up voices from the Dynasty's ships or worlds. However, we have heard something horrifying instead. Amid the Immaterium's tumult, something is screaming. This scream is driving our choir mad. Until it stops, we have no hope of contacting any of the Dynasty's worlds. It's coming from the Rykad system's astropathic station. Alright. I don't think we've been introduced. Indeed not, and we meet under lamentable circumstances. My name is Zachary Weiss, and I'm proud to be the choir master of your ship's astropathic choir. The duty I perform is to keep you in contact with the Expanse via astropathic messages sent through the warp by trained psychers. If the stream stops, we'll be able to contact someone? I humbly hope so, your ladyship. Perhaps we'll manage to send a call for aid to the Von Valencius worlds or one of the Dynasty's allies. We're going to pay a visit to that station. Thank you, your ladyship. Alright, that's good to know. Alright, so where I'm going to go is I'm actually going to go to the Navis Noblite station. There's a little dungeon there. But we're not going to play through the dungeon. We're just going to let's land, and then I'm going to save, and we'll pick up later this week. We've also detected an accumulation of space debris near the station's docks. Presumably it's the remains of interplanetary shuttles. Perhaps the esteemed Navis Noblite House requires aid and therefore cannot respond to our Vox transmissions. Order the Augur crew to scan the station. The officers from the Augur crew performed a full scan of the station, but the information is imprecise. They note heavy wave distortions of unclear genesis that are throwing off most of the readings. We were able to ascertain the reactor core of the station is still active. Many compartments are unpowered and some fully depressurized. The signs of biological activity are largely present in the central module, which means the station has not been abandoned, so the question remains, why are the navigators' heralds ignoring us? Well, let's land. Affirmative, Lord Captain. We do not know what is happening at the station, so you'll have to look for the esteemed navigators blind. Dock safely, and may the God Emperor light your path. Yeah. Choose party members. That's everybody. And we deploy. All right. First thing we see is piles of furniture and corpseified fellers.
Pathetic worm. You dare to argue with your master?
It was not you whom I swore to serve within these walls. My lips are sealed.
Confess. What was the old man's last command? What are you planning?
Give up, Keeper. You have lost this battle. Again.
We're getting nowhere with these ones, sir. Permission to execute them.
Well, there's a bunch of intrigue happening here. Prayers will not help you, servant of the damned. In the name of House Orcelio, I command you to execute the infidels. Let me guess. I'm gonna get a chance to intervene here. Oh wait, never mind. I wouldn't shoot a shotgun in that direction with your own guy standing downrange. Not a step further. Master, we have some strange guests on the station. A tall man stops you with a gesture when you approach. Blood is trickling down the pearly scales of his weary face, and not just his own blood. Two jet-black, unblinking eyes are watching your every move, and the third one, the mark of a navigator's fate, is menacingly pulsing behind the lowered lid of the middle of his forehead. Step back, or I'll unleash all the horrors of the Sea of Souls upon you. Emperor, be my witness. Abelard, excuse me. Before you stands her ladyship, the rogue trader Noradina von Valencius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Koronus Expanse, bearer of the sacred warrant of trade. Allow me to point out the Noblite custom requires the Lord Navigator to introduce himself first, but given the unusual circumstances upon the station, her ladyship, the rogue trader, is willing to turn a blind eye to your hostility, but just this once. I love Abelard so much. In this case, I shall turn a blind eye to your unceremonious invasion, but just this once. Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to kill that dude. Very well, allow me to introduce myself. Before you stands Felix Christopher Gust, keeper of this place. So, you did not arrive to offer support to the traders. This is great news. Having said that, you must understand that Urak 5 is a holy sanctum for House Orselio, and the path to it is only revealed to a select few. It pains me to say you are not on the guest list. Give me a navigator, and I will bounce. I do not think that is possible. Urak 5 is an observation station. We do not sign contracts and we do not provide navigators. We delve into the depths of infinity and chart the movements of warp storms, and besides, you have chosen an inopportune time for negotiation. Alright, well, I'm looking for Heinrich von Kalox. Have you seen him? Lord Inquisitor's interrogator? I think I would know if such an important individual decided to pay us a visit. Alright. Alright, you're coming with me. Is that so? Even wounded Felix Orselio remains composed. I do not think so. You cannot force me. You can only end my life. But this is not your heart's desire, is it? Perhaps we can help one another and reach a more beneficial agreement. Okay. Yeah, sure. What kind of agreement? You came to the station for a reason. House Orselio will not be able to help you until the current crisis is resolved. But if you aid us now, I promise we'll reach an agreement that you'll find satisfying, be it riches, influence, or the powers of our navigators. Okay, what is happening on this station? Betrayal, a most banal thing in the life of a noblite, don't you think? I was stabbed in the back by my closest friend, Theobald Orselio, the second keeper of Urak 5, and my mentor. On his instructions, my own people sabotaged the generators, blew up the shuttles, and brutally massacred the loyal servants of my mistress. Most unforgivably, they dared to take her prisoner. Greedy scum. I swear by the throne's light, their souls will perish in the darkness of the void. Oh, internal politics. The madmen have captured Lady Cassia and are now torturing her upstairs while we are idly chatting down here. So help me rescue her or be gone, but waste no more of my precious time. I feel like I could just kidnap him. That'd be hilarious, but no. Alright, what do you need my help with? I would never ask you for such a favor under different circumstances, and yet Lady Cassia's well-being is above all. I haven't got many people left, and my wounds are too deep for me to act with precision and swiftness. But you may actually succeed. I do have a good crew. In order to ascend to the mistress's chambers, you'll need to remake a holy relic sanctified with the blood of Lady Orselio herself. This is the control rod of the elevator machine spirit. I have one part, the other was lost during the mutiny, but even this relic will be of no use unless the elevator mechanism is powered. Okay, so how do I remake your rod? A phylactery containing the mistress's blood. It needs to be taken to the laboratory, which is located behind one of the reliquary doors. The most ancient of sacred mechanisms will help rebuild the rod. The tech priests ceaselessly perform the rites of appeasement, so the machine spirit would serve the house in its time of need. The fateful hour is now upon us. Okay, and where am I going to get the motive force from? The station's main cogitator is situated in the guard room. Just enter the correct command sequence and the sacred mechanism will do the rest. Alright, fine. So what have you decided to send into the Von Valancius line? I'll help you. The aid will cost our House Orselio, but you should rejoice, for your mistress will live. Oh. So be it. Hurry, the mistress's safety is all that matters. But should you fail, our arrangement is finished. Right, then I'll get to kill you, which is what I would like to do. So, alright. Now we're through all the talking. And now I'm going to save. And I will come back. and stream again in a few days, probably Wednesday. All right.